Hey everybody, this is Terry Weigel, the Quick House Buyer. I have an incredible update for you with the Flea house, we'll call it. This is the house, as you know, I went to court on the other day, got it back from the tenant. You can see my other video as it shows, what kind of shape this house was left in. It was left a mess, pure and simple. I was eaten up by fleas, had stuff just chewing all over me, and I went ahead and went to court the next day, where we had a court date for the eviction process. My biggest concern was that, they said they weren't going to show up at court. I was concerned that maybe they would and try to tell the judge something, even though they were already moved out. But I never received the key straight from the tenant. I received it from a boyfriend. So I didn't have true, what I was concerned about, legal control of the property. And I wanted to make absolutely certain that everything I did was above board. So I went to court. Now, there have been times where things like this have happened in the past, and here's what I found out. This is something for you to keep in the back of your mind, and that is, if you go ahead and go through the eviction process, even if you have the house back, if the people have moved out or deserted it or whatever, if you go ahead and go through the court process and get an official ruling that they have been evicted and the house is now turned back over to you, then what you can also do is request a judgment against the person for the back payments. So what I did was I requested a judgment against this tenant in the amount of the rent that was owed, the back rent that was owed, and the judge granted it. And because he granted it, I now will get a judgment against the person that I'll be able to file at the county courthouse, and that way, somewhere down the road, and there's the likelihood of me getting paid back anytime soon is very, very small, and I understand that, but I will have it filed down at the courthouse. Here's your other alternative. That is that if you go in and you try to go through the eviction process and you tell the judge, yeah, I've got the house back, it's mine, they've moved out, yada, 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 then you ask for a judgment, he's going to say, no, you now have to take them to small claims court. And that's a whole big mess. Now you've got to go and get them served. Well, first you've got to file it, then you've got to get them served, and hopefully track them down. Then you've got to go through the court and file the whole mess and fight the whole mess, and I didn't want to do any of that stuff. All I did was, when the judge said, what are you here for? I'm here for possession of the property and a judgment in the amount of the back payment. Got it. Easy, simple. In a few days, I'll get a letter from the courthouse saying that the judgment has been granted to me. I'll go down and I'll file it. Then I'm going to show you what we can do, and that'll be a later episode. But then I'm going to show you what you can do once you have that judgment to try to secure your money a little bit quicker. So that's the most recent update. This is Terry Weigel, the Quick House Buyer for TotalFinancialLiberty.com. Thanks again.